Alrighty, so we should be live now, I hope. Okay, guys, so next up on the batch for today. For me, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock Eastern Time, ISM Manufacturing PMI. We're going to set up, before I forget, I set up on my computer, on my laptop live. I'm going to be doing Euro USD and USD JPY. We're going to set up 3 pairs, though. We'll do Euro USD on demo, USD JPY, and USD CHF. So that'll give us quite a few. Remember, if you're on demo, guys, take advantage of it. Demo is not a bad thing. Demo is actually a good thing. It lets you freaking get a feel for these pairs and seeing what you want to trade. I still run demo on stuff because now that I've taken an interest in US CAD. Before I did not trade that one, but I saw Robin's results and fuck it, I'm liking US CAD. Alright, give me a sec while we got about 4.5 minutes till that trade hits, so I gotta hurry up a little bit. USD trade news. Okay, so let's get to this. Euro USD, let's get rid of the crap extra I had on here. Inline's gone. Fuck it, I'll get rid of the spread too. Orders and moving average close. So let's go in there. I'm on FXCM, so I'm gonna do a 6 pip. Do 5, 4, 3, 5, 4. And this is 11. I think that's what I did last time, is I didn't put in the 11 right. Hour is going to be 9 o'clock. 9. God, I am just screwing up today. Minute. 5, 4, and true, so everything looks good. And we got 3 minutes to the next one. So let's bring that in. Euro, so file, new chart. Let's do USD JPY. 1 minute. Let me jump back here real quick. F7, save. Do I have a 9 o'clocker? Yes, I do. So save. Yes. And okay. Next up, Euro USD is done. USD JPY, 1 minute. Template, build 3. Wait for it. USD JPY is loaded, so open offline. And template, Rinko News, F7. You can see how quick this goes, guys. Once you get used to it, it does not take that long, and you can set these up ahead of time and just let them run. And last, we can do US CAD or USD CHF. Let's see what the spread looks like. USD CAD, where is your puppy ass? 2 point some pip spread. USD CHF has a better spread. So let's do USD CHF, new chart. And what do we got? About a minute or two left. Template. Build 3. Okay, does everyone see I picked this one because it had a lower spread naturally? USD CHF. Template, Rinko News. F7, load, 9. Okay. Go. Okay, so let's do the windows. We don't need this one. We don't need this one. We don't need this one. Do the windows again. I'm missing something. USD, Euro, Euro, Euro. Here we go. Ah, shit, wrong one. Come on, bitch. There we go. Alright. Alright, so we got a couple seconds till it hits. So that was me Skyping, me answering an email, and me setting up. So if I made a mistake, boo. Alright, got happy faces across the board. Let's hit record because I screwed up on that last time. This is definitely going to slow me down a little bit. That's why I'm doing it on demo. Live, like I said, I am only trading 2 pairs, Euro and UJ. Everything's out there. Jesus, what happened? Okay, so I was watching something, no idea what happened. Let's take a look here. We have one trade open, Euro USD. We're going to check spread on this because I think I might have screwed up on my straddle. I wasn't paying attention. It's not good when I screw up. Yeah, but oh well. Okay, so this was a dud. Didn't really move. We should take a small loss on it. I actually could minimize the loss by just closing it right now, but we'll give it a second. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And we'll take a look at the trades, see what anything if happened at all here. So we took a small loss, it looks like across the board, which that's fine, guys. We're going to get a loss. This was a dud that just barely moved. I had my straddle too tight, and when I turned the recording on, it slowed things down. So this will actually be a good example to look through. But yeah, it did barely move, so there's not much we can expect out of it. If it doesn't move, we can't really get anything. There it was. Let's see, UJ didn't pop anything because it was so damn flat. USD CHF did. We're going to take a look at USD CHF as an example because spread popped it because I was too tight. So this is a perfect example is what I was talking about. On my normal, I do an 8 pip straddle. So give me 1 second. Let me check what happened on my live account. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to mute it real quick. I want to see. Okay, yeah, on my live account, nothing popped. I was doing super tight on these, but this would be a perfect example to show you what happens when you do it too tight. So let's take a look then. USD CHF. Let's stop the recording first. I don't need that anymore. Let's get rid of it. Let's go to File and open Data Folder. Go to MQL4. And we're going to look in Files, and we're going to be looking for USD CHF. Right here, today's date. Let's open that up and take a look at it. Where the hell was the news time? Was around 1700. Let's go to 1700, and we're also going to fill out the spreadsheet. So 1700, let's take a look at the spread. We can see what happened. Bam. Spread spiked out to 10.9 pips. So what happened with my measly 6 pip straddle? It was popped. So 10.9 pip spread. Here was the news release. You add the 10.9 on top my 6. It popped an order and it closed immediately. That's fine, guys. That's what we're looking for. It was a 4 pip loss. It's no big deal. It was a dud. Unfortunately, we didn't get a small win. We got a small loss. No. And again, don't get frustrated, don't get pissed. No big fucking deal. There was nothing we could do about it. Do we see a lot of movement out of that news release? No. Now, the one thing, like, on my live account, I was fine. On this account, I was not, because I had a 6 pip straddle that was too tight for me. I was trying it out to see. Next time, I'm going to adjust up to a 7 pip straddle. The 6 is constantly on these no movers. What I'm focusing on is getting a little bit smaller of a loss, because the 8 pip sometimes is cutting. In my opinion, my 8 pip straddle, I feel like it's cutting into my profit a tiny bit, but it's working for me, so I might end up leaving it that way. But the only way I know if my gut feeling is right is on my demo account to use a 6 and then bump it up to a 7 pip straddle. That's why I say use the spreadsheet. So let's take a look at it. Let's zoom in a little bit. We're going to do 1 minute candle. What was the move? It was a doji on the news, but the complete candle size was about 6.9. It was a 7 pip candle. and I popped it because straddle was too tight. So this is a really good warning. So let's go over to our spreadsheet, and we're going to go to pairs traded, USD/CHF, and spread max was 10.9. Slip none, negative 4.3. And I will just leave it at that. No. Negative 4.3. 4.3. The M1 move was 7.1 pips, I believe. We'll get back to that to check it. It was a flat 7 pips. And I used a 3 pip Rinko box with a 6 pip straddle. Now, special comments, what do I want to put? 6 pip straddle, too tight. Simple as that, guys. So now I know a 6 pip straddle is too tight, and I'm already starting to get the feeling for this because the last week trades that I used a 6 pip straddle on didn't really work out so great. The 8 pip straddle I'm running on live is working fine. I am not getting anywhere. This all comes back to Robin. I blame you because you are getting better results than me. So I wanted to tweak it and see if I could pull out a little bit better results. I'm just competition-wise, it drives me nuts. Somebody's beating me. There's honestly going to be no way I think I can match Robin's results because Pepperstone has a much tighter spread. Here, I'm going to put it in the news group. USD CHF. We'll take a look. I asked in the Slack group. I want to see if, because I bet he had half the spread there. Okay, so again on that one we only had a 7 pip move, so there's nothing we could do. We take our small loss. Sometimes on those we're going to get a small win. Sometimes we're going to get a small loss. Don't stress. Just roll with it. Done. Do we have any questions on what just happened and why we took a small loss? Spread went up to 10 pips. We had a 7 pip candle. It was a dud with too tight of a straddle. If I would have used an appropriate, a bigger straddle, it would have been a complete dud. Like USD JPY didn't pop a damn thing. It didn't move at all. And let's take a look at what the spread did. Let's close this one. Let's take a look at how I bet USD JPY's spread stayed down. So that's why we didn't get anything. So let's look. Files and USD 11.1, USD JPY 11.1, and we'll go to 1700. Let's see if we saw that same spread. Look at the spread staying relatively calm. 1 point something. We're not seeing any moves, and here we go. 4.5, which keeps me inside my 6 pip window. 1700. So 4.5 before news hit, or when news hit. So again, what do I need to do with this information? USD/JPY. And there we go. Can we see the difference in the spread? A spread caused a loss. Spread didn't even pop a trade because it was a dud. The straddle is what was the difference here. 6 pip straddle was too tight. I should have stuck with 8 or maybe pop at 7 next time. Okay, so do we have any questions or anything, guys? I think all you need to do then is go fill out Euro USD for what happened, and you're good. Record it, and that's it. This is all you have to do every day, and you'll start being able to see what's going on in each trade and get a feel for what your settings are. You need the data to be able to determine the settings. Without the data, you're trading blind. The data is going to be what does it for you. I guarantee you do the spreadsheet, you will be successful. the first video of today, I talked about how the size of the Rinko bars can deal with the spread. I could have potentially dealt with that spread, but nah, we're not going to get into that. We'll get into that tomorrow maybe, because we do have some news. Let's take a look at tomorrow before I wind this up, wind it down, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so later on today, let me review this. There's an 11 speech. You can go ahead and straddle that. I don't think it's going to move anywhere. We'll see. It's Canadian governor speeches. No offense to Canadians, but nobody gives a shit about your speeches. NZD, this is a no trade zone. This is the worst case scenario trade. It's basically in between the end of the US and the beginning of the Aussie. That nasty one I showed you in the previous video, this is what happens when you trade on this. You'll probably see a 20 to 25 pip spread pop out of this. And that's on Pepperstone. On FXCM, you could see a 20 to 30 pip spread pop off this bitch. Do not trade it. It's not US session. It's not London session. Don't trade it. 7:30 p.m. AUD. You could go ahead and demo trade this one, but don't live trade it. This is a good practice one. Demo trade this one. And NZD, this one is going to have a high spread. Let me say this, demo trade this one, but try and deal with a high spread. I'm going to tell you to expect a 10 to 15 pip spread on that one. We don't know if it's going to move, but practice doing the setup, and if you want, in Slack, type in what your settings were for it. I'm interested. This is a demo trade only, but I want to see if you're kind of comprehending what can we do if we know a high spread's incoming. So if you want to demo trade those, go for it. Otherwise, take the night off. There's not shit to trade tonight. Now let's look at tomorrow morning. And when I say not shit to trade, do not trade these. If you want to trade them, demo and see what happens and why I'm saying don't trade them, go for it. If you're on live, do not touch these. Like I've been saying, it's account suicide to trade this shit. Tomorrow, 4:30 a.m., construction PMI. Definitely want to be set up for that one. For me, this will be a 3-pip Rinko box on live with a 8-pip straddle for FXCM. For Pepperstone, you'll have to look at your spreadsheets or maybe ask Robin in Slack what settings he's using, because he's been doing pretty well. Now next, Euro USD. This one may or may not move. It typically doesn't. Same thing for me, 3 and 8. Crude oil inventories. I'll be doing 3 and 7. And this FOMC statement, I have to take a look at it, and I'll update y'all tomorrow morning on it, because that's at 1 p.m. But these are the 3 that I'll be setting up for, well, 2. I'll be setting up for these 2 for tonight. Tonight I'll set up these 2 to run in the morning while I'm still asleep. The 7:15 one puts me in a window where there's no way I can do it, because that's when I have to drop my daughter off. At 7:30 I can rush and get done, but 7:15 I can't. So these are just going to run auto. I won't be around for them. Crude oil inventories we'll do live tomorrow, though. So we'll get to watch that and see what everyone's results are. And then we'll talk about FOMC tomorrow during the crude oil. We also have federal funds rate coming in at that, so this is going to be an interesting one, and we'll save it to talk about tomorrow. That won't have anything. JPY bank holiday tomorrow. Again, AUD trade balance. This is a no trade pecker, but we'll cover it again when we wrap up tomorrow on what not to trade the next day. That's about it, guys. I haven't seen any questions. So, again, watch your straddle size. I'm dicking around. I tried a smaller straddle size, and you see what happens when the spread gets high. 10 pip straddle or 6 pip straddle with a 10 pip spread does not make for sexiness. It makes for a loss. Now, I don't trade USD. The other thing I can say on here is I do not trade USD CHF. Why did I only trade Euro USD and USD JPY live? Is because those are the only 2 I trust right now. US CAD spread, its native spread is 2 pips or more for me. This one was 1.5, but it spiked out to 10. It's not quite the big major I want, so from the feeling that I'm getting, that I've been adding this into my demo repertoire, whatever, is that the spread on during news gets too high on these. I might go back to US CAD, even though it has a natural spread of 2. It doesn't seem to spike up to 10 as much. But from my spreadsheet, I'm able to see that. That's why the spreadsheet's important. Because right now I'm back down to 2 pairs for news. I have Euro and USD. GBP USD is off the block for trading news until I see that spread calm down. And I feel like it's calmed its ass, which I don't see happening anytime soon, unfortunately. But I mean, 2 pairs is not bad. When we get a big mover, if you get 20 off each, that's 40 pips for one trade that happens in 10 seconds. Alright guys, so that wraps it up. If you have questions, Skype me, email me, Slack me, leave a post on the comment on the damn video. I don't care. Tomorrow morning we'll be up for... I'll go live a little bit after that news report, but then we have the oil trade. That's about it. Again, on that, the governor in Canada speaking, go for it, but I don't expect too much of a move out of it. I'm gonna straddle it though. Let me make that clear. I will be straddling it because it's high impact news during USD session. So straddle it. You never know. Just like with fucking Yellen, that little troll doll, when she talks, typically it doesn't move, but every now and then it does. We got that 70 pip move where we caught 30 or 40, 36 pips out of. So be prepared, straddle them all. Alright guys, enjoy, and I am done.